In the context of this year, of course, we strongly feel that we haven't seen the big picture in relation to public finances and the way in which Gibraltar is administered. So the point that we make in relation to this is that if we had a oversight over our public finances, then we could take a proper decision as to that. We're not in a position to provide the community with any oversight or any scrutiny whatsoever, given that everything is parked off, 65% should I say, is parked off the balance sheet.
The decision to vote against the budget last year caused some division in the party. Did the consultation process change at all this year, and was everybody in agreement?
The consultation process, in our view, was identical in that we sat round our table, our whiteboards and our pens out, and we went through the budget book and the general principles on the bill, which evolved into the decision that we made and we took, which is to vote against the bill.
The central point of dispute is again debt. Hasn't this become something of an impasse, with the public confused rather than tending towards a GST view?
Well, we said quite clearly that most of our public debt, 65% of public debt, is parked off balance sheet. We have no oversight how that works. Roy Clinton asks a question on a monthly basis as to what is happening with that debt. The people are entitled to know what we're spending their money on. It's our money at the end of the day, and we want full, transparent disclosure as to how that happens. But quite clearly, when you crunch the figures, if you look at what Fabian Pigados said in 2011, he looked at the gross debt position, and what he said was that Peter Gadawan had increased the level of debt to £16,000 per child, per man, woman and child. Under his administration, in just 7 years, that stands at £37,000 for every one of our citizens. Clearly what the GSLP have done, have doubled the gross debt of Gibraltar and created a millstone around every single one's neck.
The GST has indicated that it wants to see a fundamental change in the housing system, something that dates back to previous administrations as well. What would the GST replace it with?
We fundamentally believe that the current system in place is broken. It's not fit for purpose.
What would you replace it with?
Well, I'm not going to disclose my manifesto. We've been working very, very closely with a lot of people, service users, in relation to how we manage our housing stock, how we build new low-rise rental stock for those that most need it. We're looking at affordable housing and how we can transport young people into homes, get them out of rental accommodation into co-ownership schemes. It's very, very difficult, the housing position, and I empathise with the Minister for Housing, but really we need to tackle this question. Every year, kids are being put, 18-year-old young adults are being added to a list because they go off to university, but their parents add them to lists. What are we doing in our community if we're just adding 18-year-olds to a government list, inflating what the list looks like insofar as people that require homes? Let's tackle the problem. Let's think innovative ways of getting young people into co-ownership.